Well, hi, folks, and welcome into another edition of This Week in Pearl. I am your host, Frank Hutton, and today I've got a very special guest for you. Our own Representative Gene Newman is bringing in Representative Chandra Yates. She represents District 64, which is just to our east. We're going to have a nice conversation with her, so y'all stay right there. When we come back, I will introduce you to Representative Yates. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
Hi, folks. Welcome back into another edition of This Week in Pearl, where we are headed under the dome this morning, where we are going to talk to a very special guest that has been brought in by our own Representative Gene Newman. Her name is Chandra Yates. Did I pronounce it right?
Shonda.
Chandra Yates.
Yeah.
So I did pronounce it right. Welcome. Glad to have you in the show today.
Glad to be here.
And Representative Newman, thank you for bringing her in today. We get to know a new face that people haven't seen before. And one that's actually from here.
Yeah, she serves in the House with me.
Mm-hmm.
She's chairman of the House Revitalization, Capital Revitalization Committee.
That sounds like fun. We'll explore that later. I called it decorating, but I think it's more than hanging the curtains. Is it more than just hanging the curtains, Gene? Is that what it is? Whole lot more than that.
This ain't putting lipstick on a pig.
Anyway, welcome into the show.
Thank you.
Now, you have been serving in the House since when?
I was elected in 2019, started my first term in 2020.
In 2020. And
Yeah.
you represent District 64.
I do. That's Northeast Jackson primarily, and I have part of one precinct in Madison County, like Reservoir Ridgeland area.
Okay. All right. So before we dive off into that, so let everybody know here, before we dive off into that, you are not born here, but you're from Pearl, right? So tell us, how did you get to Pearl? Because the usual story is, wasn't born here, but I got here as quick as I could. That would be me, because I wasn't born here, but I got here as fast as I could get here. How about you?
So my dad moved us to Pearl when I was 15, the summer before my 10th grade year,
Okay.
from just outside of Atlanta.
That had to be interesting.
It was
in high school.
I thought my life had ended.
Right.
I somehow pulled through.
Right.
Yeah. But no, came from a high school with like 1,000 freshmen to Pearl. You know, we had less than 1,000 kids total.
Total,
then.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, you went from 1,000 kids in freshman class.
Yeah.
Right, to like 200.
It was a lot different. Yeah. Everybody drove a pickup truck, and it was, somehow I acclimated and
Was it
pulled
culture
through.
shock?
Very much so. Absolutely.
Now,
Yeah.
you were in Georgia, though. I mean, that's still...
It's the South, but
Yeah.
I would say Atlanta and the outskirts of Atlanta are a little different than Jackson and the outskirts of Jackson.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Atlanta's like, 8 million people deep in the loop, inside the loop.
Yeah. We had, the Braves, the Falcons, hockey team, always something to do. When I got here, the movie theater wasn't even in Pearl yet. So, yeah.
No Tinseltown.
No, Tinseltown was not yet there.
Right. So that was, okay, I can see how that would be. So how did it go? Did you acclimate fine?
Yeah, it was great. I ended up working the summer before 10th grade started at Frisco Deli. And so met a lot of people coming in that summer. The football team, I met them pretty early on. They would come in for like all you could eat chicken after 2 days. Yeah.
So you got to know people quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So then after graduation, what next?
I did Hines for 2 years, and then Southern Miss, finished my undergraduate there.
To the top.
To the top.
To the top.
Well, I'm outnumbered here because the two of you sitting over here, and then Devontae Anthony, who runs this back here for us, he's also a graduate of Southern. So, wow.
There you go.
3 Southern, graduates. Okay, so you went to
Yeah.
Southern. Got it.
Then law school at MC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Fantastic. And so all that time, got used to Mississippi.
Oh, yeah. I swore when I got here that I was moving as soon as I graduated high school. And then it
Okay.
was, as soon as I finished college, I'm leaving. And then it was, well, I'm going to go somewhere else for law school. And I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, so we met hubby when?
Oh, gosh. 2007-ish, I guess we technically met. He was suing one of my clients.
Okay.
So,
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Okay.
Such a lifetime
Okay,
story, right?
this is we're dishing here. That sounds really fun. So wait a minute, your husband was suing one of your clients.
Yes.
And that's how you met.
That's how we met.
Okay, we got another story.
There's many cases against one of my clients. I used to defend Walmart,
Okay.
and he
Yeah,
sued
people sue
them
Walmart all the time.
all the time. Yeah. Eventually, he stopped suing them, and we started dating.
That's fantastic. So y'all have children?
I have a 10-year-old. Yeah. He's at St. Andrews, 5th grade.
Baseball fanatic.
But yes, huge baseball fanatic. Loves basketball at the moment.
So a little sports kid.
Yeah.
So you're doing the sports mom stuff.
Absolutely. And he does cooking. He is really into cooking, so we do a lot of culinary stuff as well.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
Yeah. I mean, I let him cook when I can, so I don't have to. But yeah, I mean, I can cook.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fun. So then you decided you're practicing law. Now, what type of law do you practice? You said you represent Walmart, but what is your primary field? What do you do?
So I do mostly premises liability, actually. So slip and falls, what you would imagine when you say defending Walmart. But now I represent plaintiffs for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of expand upon that so that people really get an idea.
Sure. If you're in Walmart or wherever and you slip and you fall and you get hurt and you need an attorney, that's what I do.
Or hit in a traffic accident or.
I don't do too many car wrecks.
Okay.
My husband does. The law practice that I'm at now, they do that. But I've sort of found myself in a weird niche of slip and fall, trip and fall, injured on commercial property.
Really?
Yeah, after defending Walmart for 7 years or so, I just learned that law.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
what
does
I do.
sound. I mean, is that like personal liability, or maybe I'm completely wrong? But I know that if I go into Walmart and they're mopping the floor or something, they don't have it marked, and I end up falling
Yeah.
and busting my hip.
Yeah,
They're liable for that.
maybe. The law is real.
That's where I'm going.
Shady,
I guess,
yeah.
'cause most people think if I walk in here and I slip and fall and my groceries go flying everywhere, Walmart's automatically liable.
A lot of people think that, and I have
Right.
to turn down way more cases than I take. You have to prove that they did something wrong or something was wrong and they should have known about it, not just that you fell on their property and they are responsible for the property.
So if you cheat and throw some water on the floor and then slip on the own water, that, of course, obviously, but that's not going to work.
It is not.
So there was some young people, I won't call them kids, young people that were going into grocery stores, Walmarts and what have you, and they would take a gallon of milk and while they were filming this for TikTok, they would throw it up in the air and it would fall on the ground. It would bust.
Okay.
Of course, then they would go running through it, and they got hurt. So then they were suing the grocery store. It didn't turn out well for them.
That
not.
probably wouldn't turn out very
No.
well, would it?
No, it didn't turn out well for them or the attorney that took the lawsuit.
No.
So.
It's not a case I would take.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't take that one either.
Nah, it wasn't a good deal. So.
So I mean, I guess that is kind of. I would say it's really kind of a gray area because I don't really understand it like you do. Most people just think if I get, hit in the parking lot by a buggy or a buggy hits my car, I mean, they're not necessarily liable for that, right?
Not necessarily. I have a case right now where an employee hit a customer with like several buggies. So that's a case. But I mean, if you're just walking and another customer bumps into you or something like that, that's not.
Even though it's their property,
Correct.
they can't be held. I mean, I see where it's really kind of narrow.
Yeah.
It's a real narrow scope, isn't it?
It
Okay.
is. Yeah.
So you probably get a lot of phone calls.
Lots of phone calls, turn down more cases than I take, but have enough to keep me busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that does sound, I mean, that is a niche. I mean, that does sound really interesting.
I think I'm probably the only one in the state that does nothing but those cases.
Really?
Yeah.
And
But
you
those
just,
cases are real complicated.
I was thinking, say that's really complicated stuff.
They can be, but I've done it for so long that it's easy for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right, because it's just what you do over and over and over and over again. Okay. All right. So let's dive into why did you want to run for representative? Just give me what was the background behind this? Where was your mind?
So I did not want to run.
Okay.
Was never on my bingo card, not something I had planned to do. But about 2 weeks before the qualifying deadline in 2019, I had some then state reps who were also attorneys reach out to me and ask me if I would run. And I laughed. I was like, y'all have the wrong number. Like, that is not what I do. Thanks, but no thanks. And they were just pretty persistent for about a week and a half. Yeah. But had never been in politics, never even like dipped my little toe in.
At all?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. Finally said, all right, I'll give it a shot and see what happens. Had no idea what I was doing. No fundraising, no organizational structure in place, just kind of hit the ground running.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like jumping off a cliff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So
I would think so. Now you ran as a Democrat then.
I did in 2019.
In 2019, and you were running against Bill Denny, and just so people would know, Bill Denny served in the House in District 64 for 32 years.
Yeah. When I ran,
When you ran against him, he
he'd
was
been there since I was 7.
right. He had been there just before you came to Mississippi.
Yeah.
He had been there a really long time. He was the Republican, and it was a solid red district.
Yeah.
That you were running in as a Democrat, and you beat him
I did.
by 162 votes.
Yeah.
51% to 49%.
Mhm.
I mean, it was tight.
It was incredibly tight. It took a little over a week for them to even like call the election. They were counting every single ballot that came in and double checking.
I'm sure he was fussing.
And he was the chairman and had been chairman for a long time of elections in the House.
Yes.
He knew everything about how to run elections. I mean, he wrote all the rules.
Yeah. I mean, he'd been there 32 years. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Very long.
And you like, that's unseating a juggernaut. I mean, that's doing something, I would think. I mean, just looking at it here on paper, that's doing something. So I guess door-to-door canvassing. So you really went all in.
I'm very
You got recruited
competitive.
and then you went all in, right?
When I said yes, I meant yes. So I was like, I'll give it my all and we'll see what happens. Super competitive.
Yeah.
My husband and I knocked like 10,000 doors between the two of us.
No
So,
way.
Yeah. I mean, it was work. Hot. A lot of work.
For a part-time job that pays me nothing.
No, it's negative money. In fact, like I lose money while I'm there.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
But
You have to really want to do this job.
well, I thought that I could get some things done, and
Mhm.
maybe it was time for somebody to be in that seat who was younger than 89.
Agreed.
Who, raising a family in the
Sure,
area, saw
sure.
some things that needed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So here
Apparently, some people agreed with you.
I am. Yeah, I just talked to everybody, told everybody who I was,
Mhm.
what I thought needed to be done. A lot of the people, I knew from Junior League, there were a lot of attorneys and doctors
In that
Northeast
district,
Jackson
sure.
that I knew from law practice.
Mhm.
A lot of people at St. Andrews or prep, our kids are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that just resonated with a lot of people.
So you had some name recognition from the door.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Once I told people who I was or what have you, they
Right.
would be like, oh, well, I think I know you from church or from
Junior
our kids
league
go to school or junior league
or right.
we practice law together or you practice law with my husband. I think.
PTA.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So that did help in having some name recognition.
it didn't hurt.
No,
Yeah.
but 10,000 doors is a lot of knocking,
It was a whole lot.
especially if you had no organization at all.
So I hired somebody to help me, like
Mhm.
with like mapping out doors and things like that. But primarily, it was my husband and I that knocked all of them every single day of the week for many months. We were knocking in the rain. I mean, yeah,
Dedicated.
competitive. Gene knows.
I am going to win this race. Is what I'm going to do, regardless. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. So you win.
Yeah.
You win. And then in January, and correct me if I'm wrong, in 22, you decided to change your party affiliation to independent.
I did, yes.
Can you give us some insight?
Sure. I would say the organizational structure of the Democratic Party in the state is definitely not what a lot of people might think it is. It was kind of chaotic, and it was a decision for me. It would be much easier to represent my constituents if I was an independent, and it's worked out well so far. The last time I ran as an independent and was elected as an independent.
Sure.
So, yeah.
I mean, you probably get a lot of crossover votes anyway. Obviously, to win in the first place, you had to do that.
Yeah.
You had to get a lot of people that would normally vote R. They had to vote D.
A lot of Republicans.
They had to and I do believe wholeheartedly that in local politics, really more local here, and of course even in state, we vote more for the person and not the party.
That was definitely how I ran my election.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think I've had party affiliation on any campaign literature for either election.
It's really more about the people who we get to know. Party really doesn't really. Would you agree with that, Gene? Would you say that's more localized election? We really definitely vote more person than party?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just look at the thing and pull the trigger. So
yeah, they just go down and vote all D or vote all R and right.
Yeah. So, but you know, the thing I'm going to say about Representative Yates is that in a lot of issues, you know, when you look at conservative or Democrat, when you look at a lot of issues, she's more conservative than some of my Republican colleagues, and her desire to make things happen. And when she talks about a competitive spirit, that wasn't just in that race. And when she's working on bills and stuff, she's just as competitive there as she was out there on the street running for office.
I can see that.
I like results.
Yes, I can see. Here's what I see from her is a quiet, calm hurricane.
Yeah. That's a good. That's good.
Is that a good description? Because that's kind of what I see sitting across from me is this quiet, calm Cat 5 hurricane over here. That when she gets on, when you get on task, I mean, you're just
absolutely.
We're going to get this done. Is that? Am I right with you?
100%, yes. And I don't like to take no for an answer.
I can see that. No wonder you're real busy in your law practice because you're focused. I would say you're definitely focused. So you decided to move independent, which I get that. That makes a lot of sense. And you ran again. You've run again as an independent.
Yeah.
And you continue to win. So why fix what's not broke, right?
It seems to work very well for my district.
Right, and that does make a lot of sense because, like you said, your district again is Northeast Jackson. Kind of moves. I say, what's the furthest west boundary for you?
West, Pearl River.
So
that's your furthest west boundary.
Your furthest.
Yeah, that would be east. West, so basically 55 is the easiest. I don't go all the way to 55.
Okay.
But I have Eastover, Heatherwood, Rollingwood, Country Club of Jackson, all the way up to Reservoir Ridgeland. My northernmost area is Wrights Mill in Madison. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I grew up in Leftovers.
Yeah, so I've got that. I live in Fondren, so I have a little bit of Fondren.
I went to Woodland Hills when it was at the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there along. See, I'm telling on my own self. So, but I grew up in Leftovers. That's where I grew up because there was Eastover and then there's Leftover.
Yeah.
And I was in Leftover.
And it's still like that today.
And it's still Leftover?
Yeah, there's little signs that say LoHo everywhere. Leftover Homeowners Association.
I know, right? We had the little greenhouse, and then Eastover had the little red house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Right. Anyway, way back in the day. So I'm telling on myself now. I remember when Meadowbrook Road was a 2-lane.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, yeah. And Northside Drive. Anyway,
I
all right. You too? Because that's where I grew up, over there at Meadowbrook and Northside. I mean, that's Eastover and Leftover.
Yeah.
Right.
It's grown up quite a bit.
It has, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It has. And so you're in the Fondren district?
Yeah.
That's right. So, oh golly, that's way back for me. Anyway, I love the district. A lot of things are happening in the Fondren district.
Fondren is great.
It's great.
It's got its stuff together. And
yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of restaurants over there that have like a really good niche, and then I think the little performing arts center over there in the old Doolin
Yeah.
school area.
Lots of concerts
Lots
there.
of concerts there.
We
So,
have
it's really
bowling alley. We've got a
Mhm.
movie theater.
the
Dozens
Old
of
Capri
restaurants.
movie theater. I mean,
Yeah.
that's really kind of turned around.
Mhm.
It really has, and it's continuing.
Yeah, it's doing great.
Regardless of the economy or anything, it's still doing very well.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So you're on the committee. You serve on a lot, actually. You do a lot of things, and as Representative Newman pointed out, but here's what I have. And correct me if I'm wrong. You're on the compilation, revision, and publication committee.
Yeah, that is not a huge committee.
I was
though.
fixing to say
Yeah.
compilation, revision, and publication. Okay, what does that do?
So,
They fix commas and periods.
yeah, it's a group of maybe 6 attorneys in the
Mhm.
House and in the Senate. All of us that are on the committee are attorneys, and we meet once in the summer to go through errors that are in the bills that we passed the previous session before they are codified and put into books.
I got you.
Yeah,
Literally typographical.
Yes.
most of it. There are a few things that get a little more complex than that. For instance, if you pass 2 bills in the same session, both bills amend the same code section,
Okay.
you've got to figure out which one trumps. And can they be merged so that they can both be law, or does the one that we passed later override the one that we passed earlier in the session? So it's little things like that.
But that really gets into the weeds, doesn't it?
It does. That's why it's a bunch of attorneys that are on the committee. Yeah.
So it's language.
Yes.
You're really trying to figure out the language of everything before it's codified. Is
Yes.
that right? In book form?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not just the commas and the periods.
That's a lot of it, but yeah. Yeah.
But you'd be surprised. So because I'm so close, I'm the designated stand-in. If they don't have a quorum,
Mm-hmm.
they call me to go over there to be the quorum.
I got it.
And
So you could actually have a meeting.
and the reality of it is that committee is the lawyer from the Senate, the lawyer from the House have already worked everything out,
Yes.
and they just tell you what it is, and the other lawyers that are on the committee make sure that they agree with all that, and if they agree with all that,
I got
they
it.
go with it.
So I take it this is something that you work on all year then. So like when you, no, it's not, you don't go through and start reading these things like all the stuff you passed and say, hey, these are the errors I caught. No. I mean, how does this work? I mean, explain it to me.
Yes,
Those
there's-
lawyers that work there do that.
There are staff attorneys for the Senate and staff attorneys for the House. They do all the behind the scenes sort of dirty work, and then
Okay.
they'll give us, all the members of the committee, a packet basically and explain what needs to be fixed,
This is what we found.
what can't be fixed.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I mean, obviously you're not doing it, but
Someone is.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone is having to read all of that line by line.
They
by
need to
line.
be doing it with AI.
I was fixing to ask that very question. Have you thought about doing it with AI now?
They may. I don't know if they are
hadn't
using
yet.
AI at all for that.
They don't. They need to get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that might help make things go a little faster. But I just saw that. I'm thinking, oh, what in the world is that committee?
Yeah.
So we've been educated a little bit that
Right.
that actually exists.
Yeah.
So I know this happens because it happens to me. And it probably happens to everybody. But there are those times where you just miss one, right? You miss a comma, you miss a period. It happens, doesn't it?
It does.
After 15 people have looked at it, it still gets missed.
Put a decimal point in the wrong place.
Or a decimal point in the wrong place.
That one.
Some of them you can't fix.
That one wasn't.
Some of them you
Oops.
can't fix.
Yeah.
Oops. Thank you for pointing that out because I was kind of going there. All right. So you also handle corrections and insurance.
No, you have an old committee list.
Okay,
so
I have an
that
old
was
list.
my first.
That was your
4
first
years.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't do that
So-
anymore. Are you still in Judiciary B?
No,
No.
no. I'm vice chair of Judiciary A now.
Okay.
I chair the revitalization select committee to revitalize Jackson. I'm on elections. I'm on municipalities.
Conservation water.
Yes, I am still on that. We had a lot of City of Jackson water bills that needed a committee to go to. What else? I'm forgetting some I know. But Judd B and my select committee and elections for sure keep me the busiest.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So the revitalization.
Mhm.
Now before we started filming this, I was kind of picking a little bit. I was talking about leave it to the men to put put the women in charge of the decorating. I mean, it's not hanging the drapes. I get it. So I was just being a little fun. But tell me what that's about.
Sure. So the speaker formed that committee last summer with the goal of looking at what's wrong in Jackson and the metro area and how can we fix it at the state level. Obviously, we can't fix everything for every city, but there are some things, because it's our capital city and our metro area, that the state can have a hand in.
Sure.
So we had 6 hearings last fall and summer to look at what those things might be. We had 5 pieces of legislation that came from those hearings, and we were able to get all 5 signed into law by the governor.
What are a couple of those?
Sure. We had one that requires a permit if you're going to panhandle. You have to go to the local police department and get a permit if you're going to ask for money on the side of the street.
So if you're standing on the corner with your sign, "We'll work for food," you got to have a permit.
Correct. Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we got that passed. We got a bill to do away with homeless encampments on public property. So those can now be removed. Surprisingly, we didn't have anything on the books that would allow law enforcement to really do anything there.
That really is odd.
Yeah. We had another one to do away with squatters, people trying to move into other people's homes and say they live there. Again, there was nothing on the books that would really allow law enforcement to do anything about that.
Really?
It's a gray area. It's not technically trespassing, and it's not yeah, so under the Supreme Court, U.S. Supreme Court, it's just the way that our laws were written dealt with adverse possession and trespassing, and squatting falls somewhere in between those.
Gray area.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, I mean, you hear these horror stories in the news occasionally about somebody who'll go on vacation for a month. May go overseas, they may have a home overseas, and they come back and somebody's living in their house.
Yeah.
And they can't get them out.
They can here now. We have a process for it.
But I mean, that literally happens, and that's I'm thinking, how is that even legal?
But you also have a problem with homes, especially over in Jackson. But it was happening in other places too, where these houses were, it's like grandma goes to a nursing home, and there's nobody living in the house, and they can't rent the house, and you got all these rules about Medicaid being able to do stuff with the house. So people just move in them. And they move in them, and they start cooking meth, and they do all this other crazy stuff, and you're destroying the neighborhood. Police officers can't do anything with them because they're there. And so we heard a lot from different police departments and sheriff's departments about issues like that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be, because I've just seen in the news. Now, I haven't seen anything about it here.
There's.
But I guess it does.
I had a secretary tell me yesterday at my law firm that her parents went and looked at a house in Reunion last week, and when the realtor opened the door, there was somebody living in the house.
Reunion, right up here in Madison.
In Madison, yeah.
Somebody just moved in the house.
It's happening in Oxford with people that have condos up there. They're not there year round.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's for sure an issue in Jackson, but it's all over the place.
So how do you get somebody out? I mean, how do you do that? How do you get them out?
Now? Yeah, so now the owner or the agent for the property will go to the police station, sign out an affidavit saying somebody's living in their property without permission. Law enforcement will go and serve them with a citation or post the citation on the door. They then have 3 days to either get out or to challenge it. They say, "I'm not a squatter, I really do have a right to be here." They'll challenge it at the municipal court. The municipal court has to have a hearing within 7 days, and then at the end of that 7 days, a decision is made. Either they are a squatter or they're not a squatter.
10 days.
Yeah, and previously people were having to use the eviction process, which was 6 months to a year.
I was going to say that could take a really long time. So
and it wasn't a guaranteed result.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So we tried to definitely streamline it.
Yeah, 10 days. From 6 months to a year to 10 days, I'd say that's definitely streamlined.
Yeah, and a lot of people have asked, why even give them 3 days to challenge it? Why have a 7-day window for a hearing? And it's constitutional. I mean, you may have people who are actually entitled to be in that property, and you can't just immediately remove them. We'd be violating their potential constitutional rights. So we had to balance that.
What's an example of somebody that would actually be entitled to be there?
They had rented the house.
Sure, and the landlord's just mad and says they're a squatter and they're not, or your
Man,
neighbor's
sounds-
mad at you and they went and said you're squatting in your own house. And
Right.
Yeah, or somebody who there's an airship dispute going on, and there's airship rights to
That's what I
10
was.
different people.
That's what I was
possibly.
thinking. Siblings or something
Right.
like that, where it's a house being in probate or
Yeah.
something like that. That I could see.
Yeah. So there are issues that we had to make sure.
That's very complicated.
It can be, but I think we came up with a good
Yeah, I think
process.
so.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes sense. You've got 3 days to respond, and then there's going to be a hearing in 7 days.
Yeah.
And if in that hearing in the 7 days, the judge determines that you may have a right to the house or there's something else, then you go on to other legal avenues. But
Right.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, it could continue on, but if it's literally just a squatter,
yeah, if it's
Yeah.
a squatter,
Just-
the judge is going to be able to figure that out
the
pretty quick.
judge is going to know that pretty quick, and
And
right,
Redford,
and then,
if it's
and then
Redford,
the
he's gonna have a
local
real
right. If
problem.
it's Judge Redford, he's going to know that really fast, and Pearl PD's going to pay them a visit and snatch them out of the
Yeah,
house. Is
right.
that about how
That's how it would go
That's
down.
about how that's going to work.
Yeah.
They're going to put you in the street, literally.
Yes.
Right.
They would.
They're not
vacate.
taking you to jail. They're going to put you in the street with
Yes.
all of your stuff.
Yes.
So that's not the constable or somebody. That's literally the local police department.
Yeah,
that
it can
would do
be
that.
the constable. It can be the sheriff. It can
I
be
got it.
local PD.
Any law enforcement.
Correct. We kept it broad because some of these houses may be out in the county, some of them may be in the city.
Right.
So yeah, whatever the correct
Jurisdictions,
enforcement
sure.
agency is.
Okay, well, that here again, these are some really intricate things that you're working on. I mean, that's
But these are completed. so
Yeah, we got those
hopefully we don't have to
done.
go back
stuff
and fix
that you have worked
anything.
on is very intricate. And then you talk about the revitalization of Jackson. Do you do much with like Capitol Police? Do you?
Yeah,
Do you,
I deal with Capitol Police all the time.
Mhm.
I passed 2 bills to expand the CCID boundaries
Mhm.
so that we could have Capitol Police in more of Jackson, Northeast Jackson specifically. I talk to Capitol Police probably daily.
No kidding.
Honestly, yeah. They've been at all of our hearings. Have a great, long-standing relationship with the chief, with Sean Tyndall, who's commissioner of DPS.
Mm-hmm.
So having Capitol Police in Jackson has been a game changer.
So being able to expand their
Yeah,
The biggest difference they've made is that it's allowed Jackson Police Department to pull their resources back into the places where they need them the most, where it's not crucial for them to have more officers up here. They can pull them back, put them to work where in other places,
Yeah.
and it's allowed them to get more control of the city that they didn't have.
yes,
Yeah.
because they are short-staffed,
absolutely.
very short-staffed.
Incredibly
They're having a
short-staffed.
hard time hiring officers over
Yeah.
there. There's a lot of, I guess, political upheaval in the city.
Hopefully some of that's calming down.
Some of that's coming down. I know, like the new mayor Horn,
Yes.
who has lots of contacts and very well respected. Probably was drinking from a fire hose when he first got there. I'm
Probably
sure
Still is.
he may
He's
still
probably
be.
still drinking from about 4 fire hoses.
I would imagine. I mean, he's got a lot to do,
Mhm.
and I know in the legislature y'all want to help. I mean, obviously that's our capital city.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, last week on our program, we were discussing this very thing, and we were talking about Jackson. So, with Capitol Police expanding, do you see expanding their district any further?
I would love to see their district expand to include my entire legislative district. But we are at a point right now where even Capitol Police is not fully staffed.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've given them an additional maybe 30 pins for officers, and they're
Mhm.
actively recruiting, but they haven't staffed everything that we've given them.
I see.
And so to make the argument that we need to
Mhm.
increase their jurisdiction before they get, fully staffed where they are right now
Put a strain.
it would, and I don't want to set them up for failure. I don't think that would
Right.
do anybody any good.
So when Capitol Police arrests somebody, how does that work? Where do they take them, or how does that court system? How does that work? Because that's
Yeah.
state police. That's not City of Jackson.
Right.
How does that work?
So there is no jail in the city of Jackson.
Right. It's in
No
Raymond,
jail.
isn't it?
Yeah. So if they arrest someone for a felony, they'll take them to the county jail.
Certain felonies,
Yeah.
not all felonies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's a misdemeanor, it's a weird situation right now. There are no misdemeanor holding facilities in the city. So we did fund and approve to allow Capitol Police to essentially lease beds from Rankin County Sheriff's Department and take people there until we can figure out a jail situation within the city.
For Capitol Police.
Even for JPD,
Oh,
they
really?
don't have anywhere to take misdemeanors either.
So the old facilities not being
Not
used?
usable under federal consent decrees. Just
I guess people
empty.
didn't know that.
yeah. So people may not realize
They
that.
may not realize that.
Mhm.
Because I know
the
there's
ones who want to do bad things realize it. 'Cause
Yes.
They know that they can just do what they want to do and get away with it because they got no place to put them.
Right.
I see.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
It's a big problem. Yeah. But does the state pay for a jail for the city, or what does that look like?
Well,
That's
the city,
right.
they're building a new jail in Hines County.
Right.
But
But
they
that's
are,
but that's
27 finish date, I think is what it is.
hopefully.
Hopefully. Anyway, that and even with that new jail, we still don't know whether there'll be enough room to hold misdemeanors or not.
There won't be.
Not
all of them.
If you keep both jails open and the county farm facility, the county farm facility is no longer a county farm. It's simply another arm of the Hines County Jail where they keep felonies at. So,
okay.
it's the jail situation over there is not functional right now.
So there's really no good crime deterrent, because where are you going to go other than Rankin County? And it has to be a serious misdemeanor. I mean, misdemeanors,
Sure, a lot of things can be a misdemeanor.
certainly.
Absolutely. But what was
Right.
happening?
Throwing trash on the ground's a misdemeanor. And certainly you're not going to take me to jail for that.
Right.
But, set a firearm off in the city of Jackson, that's a misdemeanor, but that's a little bit more serious.
Sure.
I'm probably going to jail for that.
Maybe.
Right. More than likely,
If there's somewhere to put you.
if there's somewhere to put me.
Yeah.
So what's the remedy?
Finding a jail. Until that, leasing space.
Build one?
You could build one. One of the buildings downtown could potentially be renovated,
Mm-hmm.
turned back into a functional jail. That it costs money.
Sure.
Previously, the city.
Oh, come on.
was-
We got plenty.
plenty of money. Yeah, no shortage.
No short. We got plenty.
When we first expanded Capitol Police in 2022, I guess, with 1020, we talked to city leadership at that point in time to try and see if they would be willing to let Capitol Police staff the city jail, run the jail. Capitol Police and JPD could bring people to that jail, and the state would pay to renovate it. And then city leadership said, no, just give us the money. And we said no.
Yeah, right. No.
So that
Do you think
hasn't
under new
happened.
leadership now that might change?
I'm hopeful. John Horn, Mayor Horn, is going to be the first speaker at our first select committee hearing for this summer, on Wednesday, actually. And I'm looking forward to hearing sort of what he envisions for the city, how he envisions the city and the state partnering together on certain things, including crime and jail space, all of those things.
Right.
So,
And that's just one aspect of the whole that City of Jackson problems that they have.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on there with water, sewer. There's a lot of issues in Jackson. Of course, Jackson's a very old city.
It is old. There's a lot of deferred maintenance that didn't get done for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is our capital city, and I'm hoping that the mayor and the legislature can work better together, because the tax base has left.
Yeah, a large portion of
And
it.
so they're not bringing in the money that they had.
But the first thing they have to solve after the water is crime.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yes.
you're not going to get new businesses opening up or anything else to start increasing that tax base until you do something about crime.
That's
Yeah.
correct. And then education,
Yes, for sure.
which is where I was headed next.
Let's go.
That's one of the things that is in your platform is education.
Yeah. So public school graduate,
Mm-hmm.
first in my family to go to college. So yeah, it's super important to me for sure. The schools in Jackson have actually been graded quite better than they were when I first ran. There are no D or F
Right.
schools.
And they
within
closed a
JPS.
bunch.
They did. The current school administration has closed several schools, consolidated, saw the need for that, and I think that's been a huge help. I think there are probably some more that need to close or could close and be consolidated.
You think that's because the population has gone down?
Sure, the population has declined, and then where you do have population, it's concentrated in certain
areas.
pockets and
Sure.
areas, and so do you need one bigger school in that area versus 3 schools that are spread out and you're busing kids all over the city to get to them.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts and pieces.
It
like
is.
that.
I mean, I hate to see them actually close schools. I hate to see that because some of those schools have been there a really long time.
But
Yeah.
but those schools are down to 100, 200
I
students.
know,
It
it
doesn't
just
make any sense.
doesn't
Right.
make any sense to continue. But yes, they are doing better. So as you pointed out, you've got to get crime under control, and then you've got to get education
Yeah.
so that people would literally move back to Jackson.
Absolutely. And I will say that crime is, it's certainly not where it needs to be, but it is much better since we've had Capitol Police doing what they're doing in conjunction with JPD and the Sheriff's Department. So,
Yeah, that's all right. So what does it look like for you going forward? What's on your agenda for the next legislative session?
So I really don't ever come in with a fixed agenda, especially with these hearings. I like to have the hearings, see what problems are talked about, what solutions I think we can handle legislatively at a state level. Not every problem that we hear at these hearings is going to be something that the state can or should sort of put its thumb on or assist with. But in December, after we've had all the hearings, I'll sit down with members of the committee and our drafting department and say, I think these are the 5 issues we need to try and tackle, or whatever the case may be.
I see.
Get bills drafted and go from there.
So your district kind of happy? They're like, hey, we like the direction they're going. There's nothing coming out of your district that says, hey, we want X, Y, or Z.
At the moment, no. Everybody's been very happy with the panhandling bills, the squatting bills.
I could see how that would be huge because in your district, people would stand up there on the corners, the major intersections.
Yeah.
Which would be what?
St.
Old
Dominic.
Canton Road and County Line Road, St. Dominic's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where I've seen them the most.
Northside
Those are the
Drive.
two most prominent ones that I've seen.
Yeah.
Probably.
County Line Road when you come off the interstate.
Yeah, County Line Road when you come off the interstate. River Hills area, there used to
Yeah,
be
there
one
used to
down
be,
there.
They're going that far down?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen
River
that.
Hills and Lakeland
Okay.
right there at that
Coming down Ridgewood
coming
Road.
down Ridgewood Road.
Yeah, okay, right there at Ridgewood.
Yeah, but I could see how that would be huge.
Yeah.
So that
So
Yeah.
we got wine delivery passed last session. My constituents are very happy about that.
why? So that you can get
Yeah.
your wine delivered
Yeah.
by Uber.
Yeah. So you can actually ship it in now from like out of state wineries. You
Yeah,
couldn't do that
right.
before.
Right.
Yeah. But we do have the Uber delivery as well. We did that a couple years
That's
ago.
what I was picking on because
Yeah.
you can have Uber go buy Stanley's over there and get whatever you
Yeah.
need.
We didn't have water. We might as well be able to get a glass of wine.
You might as well feel good
Yeah,
about it.
absolutely.
I know, right? So the district's happy.
I think so for the most part. I have
District's
not gotten
happy.
a lot of calls or complaints.
The only
this
thing
off
I've heard out of her district lately
Yeah.
is the city. There was a whisper that the city of Jackson might put those parking meters up there around Fondren,
Oh.
and boy, they do not like that idea.
Yeah, Fondren was
really?
not happy about the idea of parking meters. Yeah, the parking is very limited.
It's
there
very
to begin
tight
with.
to begin with. That's a very old area.
It is.
Streets are narrow.
Yes. We do have a new parking garage that's
Mm-hmm.
over there that has helped tremendously. That's back behind the movie theater and the bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
But the parking meters that are downtown now, nobody likes to begin with. They're the ones that you have to scan a QR code
know,
and
right.
enter, and people just
You can't just walk up to the meter and pay for
And,
it.
Yeah.
and drop a quarter in it anymore.
Well,
Right.
you can't even just stick a credit card in it and pay
Right.
for it. You have to go on.
Yeah, you have to use this device.
yeah.
Right.
And you've got to find a sign that has the QR code that's probably not right next to where you parked. And
Right. I know.
So there have been a lot of complaints about that.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Because
It's a bad system.
It's not.
Let's just be honest about it.
It's not
a
really.
bad
It's
system.
okay. It's a bad system. I agree. Because when I go downtown and I'll try to find that sign, I'm probably it says City of Pearl on the side of my car, so give it a ticket.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably not gonna go anywhere. So, anyway, I agree with your constituents in Fondren. I wouldn't want that either. If you're gonna go to a parking meter, just go back. Let me put a quarter in it,
Sure.
Or
Or have
whatever.
something.
or have the
At the
barcode
meter.
on the meter.
Yeah.
That would make a little more sense.
Right.
Yeah. FYI, my family's been in Mississippi a long time. My great grandmother lived in Fondren,
Huh.
Lot 1, Cherokee Heights.
Okay.
I have a picture of that house on Council Circle.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. There's a Model A Ford sitting in the yard because there's no driveway. There's no road.
On Council Circle?
Uh-huh.
There's a whole road. Lots of houses.
There wasn't in 1894.
I thought he meant right now. And I was
No,
like,
in 1894,
fair.
there was nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally horse and buggy still.
That's
But
wild.
my great-grandmother built Lot 1, Cherokee Heights, back in the day.
Okay.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I grew up over there. I mean, that's my old stomping ground, your district. Anyway, I've enjoyed our conversation. Will you come back?
Should be happy to.
We would,
Yeah.
because you have so much that you've got going on. I would love for him to bring you back.
We
so
stay
that-
busy.
Yeah, as we get through these hearings and see
Yeah.
where we're going, maybe get her back and let her talk about what we're going to do for next
Yeah,
year.
what we're going to do in the session. That would be a lot of fun. Plus, it's just great getting to know you. I mean, you're right there, right next door.
I am. Yeah.
And you're a Pearl girl because you graduated from here. Now, only for a few years, but you graduated from here.
I did.
So that makes that automatically get a stamp of Pearl on you.
I hear it all the time. Yes.
Well, we've enjoyed having you. And thank you for being here. Thank you
I
for bringing
appreciate
her
you coming
in.
in. I do.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. Hey, so we're going to step aside just a quick second. And when we come back, we're going to talk about everything that's going on this week in Pearl. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here, you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
Hi, folks. Welcome back into another edition of This Week in Pearl. Well, we just finished our conversation with Representative Chandra Yates of District 64. Very interesting conversation. I really enjoyed having that, kind of getting to know her as a person. Also, that she graduated from Pearl High School in 1999, but as an attorney, what she does and who she represents, and that's very confusing. But then also the stuff that she does in the legislature. I want to tell her how much we appreciate her coming in. It was very informative and really enjoyed that. And thank you, Representative Newman, for bringing her. Okay, so now what's going on this week in Pearl? Well, a lot. Pearl High School football. It's actually getting started on the way. The coaches show starts on Monday nights. We filmed that live in front of an audience there in Mugshots on Riverwind Drive. We start filming at 6. If you'd like to come out and meet the coach, meet some of the assistant coaches, especially some of the players that you see on Friday nights, you can come out and meet them as well, get to talk to them and get to know them. I think it's a great opportunity. We do that every Monday night during the football season, of course, but every Monday night at Mugshots. Just pop in. You'll see us right there when you come in the door, but come out and do see us. All right, so first game, Friday night, the 29th. Pearl's going to travel up to Madison Central, take on the Jaguars. Gates open at 5:30. Kickoff is at 7. Remember, if you can't make the game, you can always catch it right here on PMB Sports, where we bring it to you live every Friday night. If you can believe it, this is our 17th season. Wow. 17 seasons of broadcasting Pearl Pirate football. All right, coming up, September 27th is the Youth Fishing Rodeo for this year. September 27th, registration starts at 8 a.m. The event's from 9 in the morning till noon. It's open for ages 5 to 15. You have to be accompanied by an adult and bring your own pole, bait, chair, bucket, all that stuff. Prizes for tag fish and hot dogs for the youth. If you want more information on this, reach out to Pearl Parks and Recreation at 601-932-3541. That's 601-932-3541. The fishing rodeo is always a lot of fun. It's held at Bright Park. That's coming up in about a month. So you're going to want to put that on your calendar and enjoy it. I think like 300 people show up for this event. It's a lot of fun and a lot of kids, and I think you'll have a great time in the rodeo. Also, Main Street Pearl is hosting their Paint and Sip, which is coming up September 18th. That's also a very fun thing to do. Bring your own beverage of choice, whatever you would like, alcohol related, and then you actually do some painting. It's a lot of fun. It's $25 at the door, includes all your supplies, everything that you need to paint, but it's a lot of fun. You and your spouse can have a good time painting. It really is fun, and of course, whatever beverage you would like to bring with you, alcohol related, you can do. That's held at the Pearl Senior Center. This is like your third or fourth time to do this. It's a big hit. It is limited in the amount of space that's available. I think to about 30 or 40 people, so be sure and register early. That's the Paint and Sip on September 18th. It's 21 and up. All right, I've enjoyed bringing This Week in Pearl to you again. Do stay tuned. We like to do this every week with football coming up and the holidays coming up pretty soon. We're getting close to wrapping this show up for the year. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Until next time, I'm your host, Frank Hutton, and I'll see you next week.